You ready?
Yeah! I'm Jackie.
I'm Kyle, and we have
Selective attention. We love having new movie experiences.
so much, in fact, that we were trying to do at least once a month, a decades type of episode, so we could keep up on filmy content.
If you don't know the decades format,
Who doesn't know the decades format by now?
we utilize an online randomizer to pick a decade, a year in that decade, a genre, and then a film we haven't seen before.
And then we watch it, and then we talk about it. But what we found whilst editing was that it wasn't so much a discussion as it was us going on sort of like individual rants.
So instead of each of us being randomly assigned a film, we decided we both watch the same film and then have a discussion about it together.
So welcome to the new and improved, hopefully, more collaborative version of Decades, where we pick one movie instead of two. Big moves. Big rebranding.
And then we ran into a big problem.
Big problem.
Our first randomization was 1973 science fiction and the film Invasion of the Bee Girls.
More like Invasion of the Boring Girls.
We had nothing to say about it. It wasn't campy enough to be fun, and it wasn't serious enough to be interesting.
There were plenty of butts and some questionable soundtrack choices, but other than that. So we decided to roll the dice of fate yet again, and we got some new stuffs.
Yeah. Instead, we got 2008, a comedy, and Mad Money.
Shit. All right, I guess our first and only selection this time around is 2008's Mad Money.
Mad Money. So just to get this all started, Mad Money is a 2008 American comedy.
Well, that's based on a very loose interpretation of the word, but yeah, that's the category. Comedy.
Okay, yeah. Comedy crime film. It stars Diane Keaton, Queen Latifah, Katie Holmes, Ted Danson, Stephen Root, and it's directed by Callie Corey.
Of Thelma and Louise fame.
And it's loosely based, I guess, off of a 2001 British film called Hot Money.
Right, we all remember that one.
Yeah, I've never heard of it, and we have not seen it.
Sure. I mean, right off the bat, this kind of felt like a movie out of time.
It felt like it was something I would have watched in high school, which would have been in the early 2000s, and not something right around the recession, around 2007 and 2008, especially since this is about a upper class family, I guess, who the husband loses their job because of cutbacks or something.
It was almost prophetic in that way.
Oh.
The prophecy is true.
Diane Keaton gets a job as a janitor at a Federal Reserve.
Very reluctantly
gets
a job.
Oh, the humanity!
Which Queen Latifah and Katie Holmes also work. Not as janitors, but they work at this Federal
They're in the facility.
Reserve area where they destroy old money, basically. And she works there for like 3 days before she starts thinking about robbing the place. Like it's seriously no time.
The comparisons that she makes to like slave labor.
Yeah, she is so entitled. She's one of the most entitled, disgusting characters I've probably ever watched. I hated her immediately, and by the end of the movie, my opinion did not change of her.
You would think that with that being the foundation for the character, that they would develop and grow over time.
Yeah.
So at the end of the film, they might have appreciated what they had before, or that they have less than, or they have more than other folk, or
something.
Maybe
friendship or something is more important, and could be a janitor for 1 week before saying that she was like, start a union or something, man.
We're a union just by saying so, and the world will know.
You think it's going to say something about classism, and it's going to say something about the recession, and the upper class people and banks having too much money and not taking care of the lower class people, but it doesn't make any of those points.
Thematically, it sets up all the pieces on the chessboard to actually go forward with that type of attack, but it doesn't.
Nobody made any moves.
Right.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
I wouldn't have minded the idea of them going in and stealing this money that they're just burning.
Stick it to the capitalist man.
I
Go
don't
for
mind
Totally.
if it was trying to say something about that, but it really was just this entitled white woman putting this single black mother and this really poor woman in trouble.
Yep.
In danger.
Yeah, without any caution to their well-being, she moves forward with this plan and gives them an obscene amount of shit for not wanting to go through with.
And oh my god, I hear
I don't.
so
Yeah,
much.
I don't know what the theme is there in terms of like that entitled, like middle-aged white woman pulling in all of these people to like try and like help her with her shit. They're gonna get caught if they keep doing this shit, and then she winds up buying.
Yeah.
Like she buys a diamond ring,
Huge diamond ring.
big old diamond ring. Yeah, going down like a class bracket would just have been absolutely
just awful, just the worst for her.
devastating. Or have like any
Oh no.
leaf blower.
Pause for leaf blower.
I'm just gonna be angry until the world explodes.
Till you can't be angry anymore.
So
You can't feel things.
dead.
And we're back. So we were talking most likely about Diane Keaton.
I feel like the crux of everything we're trying to say about Mad Money rests on the shoulders of Diane Keaton.
The effervescence of Diane Keaton, it like fun and charming back in the day, but she's still acting the exact same now, and she's meant to be like the elder in this group who's supposed to be filled with some sort of wisdom, but really she's just annoying.
Yeah, my experience with Diane Keaton is The Godfather and Annie Hall. I think of being in film school and the prerequisite to wanting to write or like comedy was Woody Allen. And if you liked Woody Allen, Annie Hall was your movie. Annie Hall was like 30, it was like 31, 33. It was
Isn't the 80s?
Annie Hall was 77.
Yeah, it was over that then.
Oh, wow, it's older than me.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Was it 77?
I don't know.
Was it
You just
87?
said you said it was such confidence.
Woody
Annie Hall was
Allen?
77. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was another Woody.
When that's your only compass for Diane Keaton, when you see that and then you see Mad Money, I feel like it's like two polar opposite sides of a magnet that are just sort of, it's really confusing that they are the same person.
Queen Latifah and Katie Holmes actually did, and I think they were very great in this role. Same with Ted Danson. They were very grounded and believable and interesting. I love crime films like this.
Yeah.
But you can, by the end of it, when things fall into place, you can kind of understand how the planning went into it and why things are happening the way they did. But her planning makes no sense.
I think that's a very good point, because there's a lot of things in this movie that lay the groundwork to having those big sort of like Ocean's 11 type reveals. Like, for example, Katie Holmes' character is diabetic. When they reveal that bit of information, like a syringe falls out of her purse, and the two women that are approaching her to try and help them with their caper think that she's some sort of addict.
Yeah.
But it turns out she just needs insulin.
Yeah. But that actually never comes back. It's never used.
Oh,
It's never.
if it would have been part of the final heist, or there's like a time period, like she needs to get her insulin, otherwise, like, you know, the stakes could have been raised in that way.
Well, I think that this film would have been a rewatchable movie like Ocean's 8 and other crime caper films around the same time if they would have made it a more thoughtful and nuanced film. Like, if it was supposed to mean something or say anything about anything, then it might be a rewatchable movie.
I don't feel like we said anything.
I think we did.
Other than we don't like Mad Money.
That's fine. This is a discussion of how we don't like Mad Money.
Jackie didn't like money.
No.
She doesn't like money.
Oh.
What's mad about it?
I don't know.
It's like
I
crazy.
think it's a isn't it like a thing like women hold on to? Like their mad money?
Mad Money. discretionary money set aside for emergency or for personal use.
There you go. I'm more right.
So even by that definition,
Doesn't make any sense for this movie and why it was called Mad Money.
no. All it takes is a quick Google search.
Nothing.
Dear Hollywood writers, all it takes is a quick Google search to understand that the title of your movie does not fit the definition.
Makes sense.
Or a small sum of money carried by a woman on a date to enable her to reach home alone in case she and her escort quarrel and separate. With a title like Mad Money, I would think that mayhaps her and Ted Danson's marriage was like on the rocks and she needed to set aside some monies. That would have been a movie. Like if she would have like with her 3 friends like robbed this place to set aside monies so she could leave Ted Danson's ass because I don't know, maybe he was did cockfighting or something like that.
Any kind of movie we probably could think of would be better than what we got.
Let's start working on that. Cockfight Mad Money.
Cockfight Mad Money. And so we'll see you next time when you talk to us about...
Are you imitating me?
Yeah. Leave us a comment about like other movies with Diane Keaton that you hate, or if you saw Mad Money and loved it and you thought there was a point. Let us know. And
I'm trying to engage. I'm trying to like create discussion in the comments.
Okay, so really now, bye. Bye.
Bye.